Hi, Northland family. One of my favorite pastimes is watching football. Allow me to share with you a story I've told a few times before about this wonderful game. It was the first day of training camp, and the year was 1961. 38 members of the Green Bay Packers football team arrived to start a brand new season. The previous season ended horribly for the Packers, who squandered a lead to lose the NFL championship to the Philadelphia Eagles. This was a new season, however. The players arrived at training camp with great expectations to play better, to play smarter, and with more effective plays. Their coach, the legendary Vince Lombardi, had a different idea. Author David Maraniss writes these words. He said, "He took nothing for granted. He began a tradition of starting from scratch, assuming that the players were blank slates who carried over no knowledge from the year before. He began with the most elemental statement of all. 'Gentlemen,' he said, holding a pigskin in his right hand, 'this is a football.'" Sometimes it's good to remember the basics. I'm going to spend the next few months sending out a brief video every week, about 5 minutes long, to discuss the basics of our church, because it's good to remember the basics. So what are the basics of Northland? Why does Northland Community Church exist? Why did God call our church into existence? And there are many good reasons for churches to exist. Why do we exist? Well, we exist to help people become passionate disciples of Jesus Christ. If someone were to ask you, why does Northland exist? We exist to help people become passionate disciples of Jesus Christ. So how does a person become a passionate disciple of Jesus Christ? I believe it's by practicing the spiritual disciplines in community. It's practicing the spiritual disciplines in community. Throughout the scriptures and throughout history, followers of Jesus Christ have practiced spiritual disciplines. A few of these disciplines are prayer and fasting, service, worship, celebration. There are many more, but you get the idea. Over the next number of weeks, I will chat about each of these disciplines. Also, I mentioned that one becomes a passionate disciple of Jesus Christ by practicing the spiritual disciplines in community. I'm also going to discuss the idea of community at length in weeks to come, but for now, just remember that God never, ever intended any of us to live the Christian life alone. I love you, church. I'm continuing to pray for you daily.